Hey guys, Schweitz here with a plugin demonstration video. Today we're going to look at the Waves Puigtec MEQ-5 based off of the Puigtec MEQ-5. This is Jack Joseph Puig's emulation of it with Waves, and I wanted to give it a look at. As you guys know, one of my favorites is the UA MEQ-5, and I really like this emulation as well. It brings a little bit different tonal character, but I like what it brings. We're going to listen to it on this guitar track. Shout out to my friend Sunday Iris. Great folk band up from Chico, California. They're letting me use this song that I mixed for them for our little demonstration video so we could mix it up with, some different content. So I figured the first thing we'll do is just take a listen to what this does. I'll bypass it so you can hear, and then we'll talk about how it works. All right, here we go. Bypass. Put it back in. Gonna bypass. Back in. As you can see, this really helps dip some tones we don't want out of the guitar, add some nice ones like the UA one. With this also features the narrow cues so that less of our frequency above and below the selected frequency is being affected. And I really love that for fine tuning the EQ, and I love to use an emulation of a vintage piece of gear to do that because it just adds a little bit more color, and as you carve it, the harmonics kind of hit a little bit differently. And as you can hear, when we take this out, I'm rolling a decent amount of 200 out. You hear that body come back into the guitar, but it makes it a little stuffy, a little hard to hear. On the low side, I'm adding a little bit of 1 so we can hear a little bit of pluck of the string, and then at the top peak I'm adding some 5K that gives us just a little bit of that upper range that isn't too metallic, which is what I love about these old emulations. Let's go over the plugin. It's set out very similarly to other emulations. Down here we have our low peak, we have our dip, and we have our high peak. We have a selection on the low peak of going 200, 300, 500, 700, and 1,000 cycles. And on the dip, we go from 200 up to 7K. And then at the top peak, we go between 1.5 up to 5 with 2, 3, and 4 there in the middle. And like most Waves plugins, we have the old analog button here. As you all know of my disdain for this button, I never have it on because to me it just adds noise, and I don't really think it helps the emulation that much. Could be wrong. It's my own personal opinion. But as you can see, it's a very simple plugin to use, but it really adds a lot to the tone palette. And we like that. We like to be able to change and manipulate the audio a lot without it making it seem like we've over processed it. I'm going to go ahead and play it again, and I'm going to kind of geek these frequencies out so you can really hear what it's doing, because it is a nice emulation and it's a great tool. So here we go. I'm going to start on this low peak, and I'm just going to turn the gain up real loud so you can hear what it does. And as you can hear, like the UA emulation, it does a lot of nice stuff even when you're overdoing the gain. You can hear on that low peak, we started getting some filtering because such a narrow cue, we're pushing the crap out of it. The harmonics are pushing out, and we're getting a little bit of filtering there. But still is a really nice tool. And you heard on the top end of this guitar, there's not a lot of brightness here with this guitar. So even when I was totally gaining 5K, you're still just getting, because that tight cue, you're just getting that string vibration. And as we back it off, it just adds like a nice little pocket there for the strings to give us a little twang without being irritating. I hope you found the video useful. Please hit subscribe up above, comment on the video, come back every week for a new video. We have more exciting content coming. We're going to have mixed demonstrations, a lot of cool stuff coming. And as always, thanks for tuning in and happy recording.